Since Thursday morning, when Donald Trump was seen on TV at the 9/11 memorial and suddenly his face looked like it was melting. He's like looking around like he's confused and looking at his shoes and just kind of moving his head. The speculation immediately, I talked about it here. Saw videos all over social media later in the day. Everybody pretty much came to the same conclusion that looks like Donald Trump is suffering either a stroke or, considering the fact that, he was still able to get around and do things, I think it was a mini stroke, which typically happen, in clusters. Other people, much like I did, pointed out the fact that earlier in the week, both in his address about Charlie Kirk and a speech he gave earlier in the week, sounded like he couldn't speak properly, like his tongue was too big or not moving the way a tongue is supposed to be moving. His mouth wasn't moving the way a mouth is supposed to be moving. Dude's health is in the toilet. And you cannot convince me that his, muscle underneath his eye that was drooping, his mouth that was drooping, you can't convince me that that wasn't a mini stroke. That is like textbook mini stroke. But even before that happened, a survey had been conducted among American voters, and a plurality, 49% of American voters agreed that Donald Trump is too old to serve as president of the United States. 49%, a plurality, said this guy is too old to be able to do the job. And that was before everybody pretty much came to the conclusion that he had a stroke, at least one last week. And the problem Trump has is that since February, he has seen a 15-point drop, or a 15-point increase, I guess I should say, in the number of people who say he's too old to do the job. He, of course, was the oldest person to ever be sworn in as president of the United States. He is currently 79 years old. His health is in the toilet. We see it in the bruises. We see it in the cankles. We see it in the speech. We see it in the tweets. We see it in every aspect of his life that he is getting worse by the day. And the American public's attitudes towards this man are clearly reflective of that. But it gets worse. In February of 2024, 34% said he was too old. By August of 2024, it was 43%. By November, it was 45%. This past February, of course, about the same. But today, 49%. 49%. It gets worse. 63% of Americans believe Trump's health and age affect his ability to perform his job, while 49% believe he's suffering cognitive decline. So roughly half the country agrees his brain's getting worse. 51% believe Trump is not providing enough information about his health, and 56% said they will only trust White House information about Trump's health a little or not at all. Where is Jake Tapper? Right? Hey, Jake Tapper with his book. Oh, Biden, they covered up Biden's mental health. There's a whole White House thing. Everybody do it. It's so bad. You wrote the book about the wrong president. Was there a cover-up of Biden? Yeah. Like, that's obvious, especially in the last year. Like, they couldn't hide it anymore once he did that debate with Trump. But it was obvious. And yeah, there was a cover-up. But Biden got to the point where he was just completely incoherent in the last 8 months of his presidency. Prior to that, yeah, he had moments, sure, but for the most part, he was lucid, he was there, he was able to do the job. Last 8 months, I don't know who was doing it, but it damn sure wasn't him. Trump's only 8 months in. Okay, you see the big difference there? 8 months of a mentally not there president versus 4 full years of a not there president who is getting worse by the day. Okay? You can tell which one is much worse. Trump is. Trump's decline has been faster and it has been far more visible, meaning there is also far more cover-up. And for the record, Jake Tapper, who I don't know if you're writing a book on this or not, but they've literally covered it up with makeup on his hands. That's a literal cover up of his health problems. Like, I don't know how to get any more obvious than that. But the mental problems, they can't hide that with makeup. You can't hide a stroke with makeup. And the American public, with each passing month, is growing more convinced that this man is suffering from all kinds of internal, physical, and mental problems that are basically making it impossible for him to do the job. Thanks for watching, everyone. You know, we're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us as we head towards this huge milestone.